Hey up collectors, we have another Inno64. I was reminded to get this by watching another channel, Stinger Diecast. He got the road version and the race version. I bought this one locally, and I have the race version in the mail somewhere, so that video will come another day. But I like this car. It just looks cool with this crazy wing on the back of it. But this car actually raced in the racing version was quite successful, won many touring championships in different countries. Okay, so there's their packaging from Inno, standard stuff. This is a separate card. Okay, well, that's gonna end up in the trash. Oh, well, this is new. I haven't seen this before. What is this? Oh, it's a Ford QR logo, so definitely a licensed product. Now, not all the time, but from my experience, the road-going cars, if they have a very plain paint job, they give you an extra wheel set for value. The race cars, because they have so much stuff all over the thing, they never come with a second set of wheels. So this is one reason why I like this brand value, or really most brands that give a good value. So if you don't like the wheels, swap them out, but I often just take the second wheel set and put them on other brands because they don't have good wheels or QC problems or something like that. Alright, so standard case, not going to just fall apart. Open it lengthwise, prevent the mirrors from getting broken off. I'm not seeing any tow hooks or anything, being a standard road car, so I guess we'll give this a go off the stand this time around. Although, truthfully, I'm going to put it back on the stand because I don't like to store these boxes in the closet. Alright, so let's get this out. It does say here what it is. Alright. Some photo comparisons now. Even though my monitor has never been color corrected, it's actually pretty similar blue in this photograph here. Same with the wheel color, so that's good. Alright, not bad at all. Let's try the overall proportions here in the side view. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, I think you've had plenty of time to pause and compare. So this is a metallic blue, it seems, and it's a pretty fine flake, I think. It doesn't bother me at all. I like it. Unfortunately, I'm also noticing there's a paint contaminant or something there. Oh well. I don't know what these are. These molded in details. Maybe they're molded little covers for jacking up points. But please leave a comment if you know. It looks like there's a little paint or something here, probably like a reflector. And then this must be perhaps a Cosworth logo? What do you guys think? I don't know what that is, but it's a T, and maybe it's a T and some wings? Oh, Tickford. Ah, yes, alright. So, a little story on this car. In 1987, this thing came out, and Aston Martin Tickford was signed off to convert 500 Ford Sierras into these things. Cosworth is an engine maker, and so this is a 2-liter turbocharged engine. And in the road-going versions, they're making the low 200 horsepower range, and it's only rear-wheel drive. So that's what I learned. I think later on maybe some all-wheel drives came out and then went rally racing, and the race versions may have had 100 extra horsepower. Alright, but that I'll save for the other model whenever I get the race version in. Okay, so the wheels, they look quite similar to those photographs to me, and I like that there's, I think, air passing between the spokes, but let me confirm with some light action in the back. Maybe it is blanked off. I don't see any light. On the back side, I don't see any light either. Not sure what details are going on back there. I don't particularly see a brake caliper either. Do you guys see a caliper or anything? There's definitely some depth and air back there, but I don't know. So that's a new one. I'm going to zoom in on this front wheel because I'm curious. historically, Innos always have a brake system, but I don't see it. In fact, I'm kind of starting to think that this wire mesh wheel, this front face, is a photo etched piece of metal. Although it does have a raised center cap. But let's just spin it at this angle here. So it looks like, yeah, see, the disc isn't actually even laying flat. But there's definitely air behind those spokes, but then it just kind of, I think it's just a blanked off back. I'm not sure why they would do that. I don't see a reason why they couldn't have some air holes back there, or minimum mold something that looks like a brake rotor and a caliper. Alright, well, what do you guys think? Do you think it's better to have nice wire mesh wheels with no brakes, or some other way? Or would you want brakes? I'm just always used to seeing brakes from this brand, so it's kind of throwing me off here. Alright, well, the wheels do look nice, but if you want brakes, that's going to bother you guys. I haven't decided if it bothers me yet or not. Too much friction, not much rolling. Alright, but for me, I like it. I'd rather have a low-riding car than something that rolls. The tires look nice, curved. They're not slap-sided. Okay, what's here? Oh, this is the fuel filler. Now, this is really weak. I mean, it's three-dimensional on the real car. This is recessed, and these are finger grabs. I have no understanding as to why Inno would not mold this detail. I mean, every other brand would. This is really lazy. So, unless the fuel filler was on different sides of the car, but I also read that this car was only made in right-hand drive and only for the UK market. But correct me if I'm wrong. So for me, I feel that that's really lazy on their part, whoever designed this mold. Okay, a raised lock and a three-dimensional door handle. There's now a tiny pinstripe running across this whole car I didn't see before. Alright. And also there's black here for like some sort of door trim. Alright, that pinstripe kind of carries across. And actually that is accurate. When I look at the side photo, it just kind of cuts short and then it starts again. So that seems accurate. Then we have some black paint here for the chin spoiler, and that looks relatively accurate as well, to the side photograph at least, but not the front photograph. I must have two different cars in these photos. Okay, black paint looks good here. This is actually clear. It looks white on the real car because there's a reflector bucket behind there, but here it's just clear on top of probably this metallic blue, so that's why it might look black. Alright, these things here are painted black. I guess they're kind of shallow. Nice texture here in the grille, painted black. And then the headlights look fantastic. You know, clear lenses and then molded details behind. A lot of depth back there in that light bucket. It's great to see a license plate with actual printing on it. Right, some promotional printing looks good. Just based on this flange here, this edge, I think this is a photo etched piece of metal painted white. Possibly it could be plastic, but I feel like that'd be fragile. But either way, it's nice. Granted, it's not perfectly horizontal. Now, there's also a really nice foil Ford logo. Yeah, it's three-dimensional. I don't know if that's a decal or like a foil sticker, but it looks good. It's not placed perfectly, but I'm okay with that. What is this? I think this might be extra clear coat or something. It's like a little bump there. And then what's going on here? Yeah, so, strange. I guess it's just the way the car is made, you know, there's a big seam here in the real car. Oh, there's also black paint here to mimic the molding that's, you know, combining these panels together. Okay, some black paint in the hood vents. And it's not the whole thing is black, it's just only the actual recesses. You can see the blue here, so that's pretty good. The wiper blades, And they're molded into the windshield, and they're raised, and they're painted black, so that's good, as well as this ribbing here, the ventilation there. And then the window molding itself is part of the plastic glass and painted black, so that's good. Separate mirrors, they are rigid, they're going to break if you drop this model. And yes, they have a reflector. This side seems alright. I'm now also noticing the tread blocks from the side are not really bad. It doesn't look like a truck. So, okay. Wrap around to the rear. Again, the color just, is color, and then the black molding starts up. That does look accurate. The rear wing here, it's a separate plastic piece. It's bonded nicely to the painted surface. This rear exhaust tip is relatively small, and it comes down and points out. Looks good. And then, wow, it's a really small exhaust tip, so it's got a little depression in black paint. That's a really good exhaust. I would expect most brands to just have that blanked off, because it's so thin. But Inno did a good job there. So the badging here in the upper left, Sierra RS500 Cosworth, looks good. The center lock looks good. It's silver and on black. And then the Ford logo again, three-dimensional and highly reflective. The taillights have good separation, orange, red, white, red. The license plate here is much more horizontal. This looks good. That black trim is coming across, a little bit of contaminant there. Alright, the rear wing here, it's plastic, but some contaminant, but the strut is not too wide, not like a Hot Wheels at least, so it looks pretty good. And it is color matched to the rest of the body, so not bad. Just a little bit of extra plastic where it probably came off the mold, or here as well, acceptable though. It's just, this is really a letdown. That really should be molded into the casting. Alright, super shiny smooth up on the roof here. And even the front hood doesn't have much orange peel, so that's pretty good. Starting to see the interior, but past these defroster lines, which are pretty good defroster lines because it doesn't block the view of the interior at all, which is how they should be, right? I'm noticing there's a black painted three-dimensional wiper blade back there. So let's get, well, do we need a flashlight? Molded windows cause a lot of distortion. Yeah, you can see it on the other side. This dashboard is like a gray, medium gray, well, maybe like 40%, 30%. Here. Just trying to see if there's any extra color on that side. I don't see any extra color there. We're at 4 times magnification. The instrument cluster does look like it has gauges. Yeah, you can see the rev meter and all that stuff. So that's nice. Probably a decal. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Oh, look at that. Check this out. The seats have a decal or something. Or tampo. I'm not sure. But it's nice. Wow. It's like a... Yeah, it's so shiny and there's an air pocket. It's a decal. But it's got a checkerboard pattern. Actually, this thing is running Recaro seats. Alright. And the rear seats as well. I'm now noticing there's a rear view mirror hanging right there. Does it have a reflector? I don't know. Let's see. I'm okay if it doesn't, but might have it. If it was an LCD model, it probably would have it, but I think it's just plastic. But it's fine. At least it's there, some sort of shape of it. So the steering wheel is black. Yeah, pretty nice interior. I like it. And on the far side, you got the door pulls and the armrests and stuff. So I think what does it for me is just the decal work there. So alright, it's not just plain black. Oh, the bottom here. So we got some tire treads and some silver paint details, of course. It's screwed together, which is fantastic. So you can modify if you want. And then I guess that's it. Just looking at the construction of the wheels. Yeah, it is totally blanked off. Weird. It's a weird one. Okay, so, well, also it's a plastic base. I heard through Champion DJK that Inno might be going to all metal bases, but this must have been before that decision. If that is the case, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't mind. I like plastic bases. The models are lighter, and shipping cost is cheaper. Alright, well, let's compare it to a couple other models then. Alright, well, I don't have a great deal many of Fords, but I have these three CMs I'm going to show off here. I have a Ford Sierra from 1992, and I think this was a rally car, actually. And then I have a 1997 Ford Escort rally car. So I think all these might be Cosworth powered. I'm sure this is Cosworth powered. I'm not sure about this earlier Sierra or not. And then the last one is a Ford Focus from 2006. It's a real shame that CMs as a brand no longer exists because they did such a great job. I mean, all the graphics on these things are tampos, they're not decals. And then the interior details are just fantastic. Roll cages, seats, harnesses. It's just great. So, but they're no more. So if you like classic rally cars, you better hop on eBay where I got these things. But it seems like some of the other brands, like Tarmac and Mini GT, are coming out with rally cars. So maybe you want to wait, and there'll be some more cheaper options that'll look nicer probably. Okay, well, let me give you a top view here so you get an idea of the footprint. In particular, you'll see, the Sierra I think was maybe a mid-sized car back in the 90s, but look at this, a Ford Focus is bigger than all of them now, and the Focus is considered a compact car, right? But again, correct me if I'm wrong. Just modern cars, they're just huge, very huge. Alright, so overall, I'm happy. It's another winner, I think. I think it's great that these road cars, that's a good value right there, right? I mean, just buying a second set of wheels off eBay or AliExpress, it's a great value, this brand. And then, I guess the only thing is, do you guys care if this thing doesn't have disc brakes? I'm just so used to it that it throws me off. But I gotta say, from this distance, sorry about the focus, from this distance, it looks good. I mean, look at the photograph there, and then look at this model. I'll try to focus in between the two on the side view here. I just don't think I could do that, actually. Well, maybe. It's a pretty good representation of that photograph, in my opinion. And I can't really see the disc brakes in that photograph either, so I guess it's okay. Anyways, I'm happy. I'm looking forward to getting the racing version, see what differences there are. I'm sure it's going to have a roll cage and only one seat and all that stuff, so hopefully you'll hang out, and we'll get that review up whenever that gets in the mail. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheerio.